Hey Fixers, and welcome to this video where I want to discuss how to match an exact word in Python regex. So, if you want to search for a certain exact string, and you want to search this in another larger string, then many people want to take regular expressions to accomplish this, but actually the short answer is don't do it. Okay, so basically it's I will discuss in many details in this video why you shouldn't do it and what you can do as an alternative. And in some instances, actually, it makes sense to do this, to use regular expressions to match exact words, but in many instances, it doesn't. Okay, so how to match an exact word or string using a regular expression in Python. So you don't? Well, you can do it by using this straightforward regex like hello to match it in hello world. Okay, so for example, you can use. So first we import the regular expression library re, and then you can use, for example, find all hello in the string hello world. Okay, so the first argument of the find all function is the pattern which we want to match, and the second one is a string in which we want to match the pattern. And here we simply want to match the pattern hello in the string hello world. Okay, so it's like they are both basically simple strings, and you can do it obviously, so it'll find and return the correct value, but actually in many cases it's not needed. So why? Because there is a simpler method of accomplishing this same thing. So you can check the membership of a word in a string with built-in methods, so you don't even have to import the regular expression library to do this. So for example, to accomplish the same thing, you can simply do this. So you can check hello in hello world, okay, by using the membership operator. So you can check for one string whether it appears in another string. So there's no need to take regular expressions to accomplish this, apart from some border cases where, for example, you want to know, here this find all function, it gives us also the number of matches of this string in our, substring in our original string. So this can be a useful piece of information. And then of course you can also use like other regular expression methods like the search method that returns a match object. Okay, so for example you can run search hello in hello world. So this will only return the first match of our substring hello in the string hello world, but it will return it as a match object, and a match object is more powerful output than simply a list of matching substrings, which is done by the find all function. So why is the match object more powerful? Because it also gives us the same information, like it gives us a matched substring, which is the word hello, which we have searched for, but it also gives us the location, the matching location. Like here it means that our substring starts at location 0 in the original string and ends in index 5 included in the original string. No, excluded actually, sorry. Good, okay, so now you've already seen two methods of accomplishing this, of searching an exact word in an exact string. You can use the simple built-in membership, which is the recommended way, or you can use like the search or the find all functions by simply checking the regular expression, like the substring, so the exact word to be searched, as a regular expression pattern. Okay, so so when searching for the exact word, like for example good in the string goodbye, so let's do this. So for example we have we can search for good in the string goodbye, then it will also return a match. So it will give us the match good. So of course, the string goodbye, it contains the substring good, so of course this is a valid match, but oftentimes if you want to find an exact word in a substring, then you want to find this exact word and not a prefix of another word, for example, which is done here, like here. So like the word good is only a prefix of the longer word goodbye. So oftentimes you don't want to do this. Actually, you want to search only for the exact word good. So if you meant this by asking this question, then of course it's valid to use some more advanced regular expression pattern. Then you can simply fix it by using the word boundary regular expressions. So first we need to have a raw string, so you can create a raw string by adding this R argument to it. And then we can, in the raw string, you can escape as you like, and the escape, you can, like the escape symbols will be just ignored by the string engine. And this is what we want, because we want the regular expression engine to interpret our escape sequences. Otherwise, I mean, if we wouldn't have a raw string, then the Python string engine would actually try to make sense out of this \b operator, which it can't. So there would be some strange behavior. Okay, so but like if you have the raw string, then the string engine will just ignore all the backslashes, and the regular expression engine will take over, and it can make sense out of the word boundary character. And what does a word boundary character do? Basically, it matches at the word boundary, as the name suggests. So it matches here, like for example, in this hello world example, it matches the first position of the word hello, it matches the last position of the word hello, it matches the first position of the word world, and the last position of the word world. Okay, and so it matches at the first and last position of a word, but it would not match, like it doesn't consume anything, it just matches the empty string. So you can just use it, and it doesn't consume anything, as I said. And it matches like at the beginning of a string, it matches at the beginning of an empty space, for example. So it automatically finds out the word boundaries, basically. And yeah, so and we can use the word boundary, for example, word boundary. Then we have the substring good, and then we have another word boundary. And now this is a more complicated regular expression, but which search for the exact words, actually, if you want to accomplish this. So in this case, we don't have a match, okay? So there's no return value. So let's have another case, like we have, say, goodbye, goodie, and good. So now there should be a match. There should be only one match, and the match is like this final word good. Okay, and you see, okay, it's at position 19, and from 19 to 23, so it would be this part in the string which matches, and not the other ones. So these substrings don't match because they are not enclosed by word boundary characters or word boundary locations. Okay, so yeah, you can, like with this method, you can ensure that only whole words match, and this makes a lot of sense in many instances. So, but what if you don't care whether the word is actually uppercase or lowercase or capitalized? So let's assume we go back to the previous example. Of course, you can always use the word boundary character, meta character if you want. But yeah, what if you like want to match? So for example, we search uppercase hello in our hello world example, and then it wouldn't find anything, yeah, because actually regular expressions, they care about the uppercase or lowercase, about capitalization of characters. So, but what if you don't? So in this case, yeah, you have actually a few options. You can either use the flex argument with the not re-multi-line, it's the re-ignore case flag. Okay, so re-ignore case, as the name suggests, it simply ignores the capitalization of the string. So in this case, we actually have a matching result. And you can also like use a shorter variant, which is simply the flag re.I. So this is basically an integer value. It's the same integer value as ignore case. It's just a bit shorter. So this is exactly the same. And then there's even a third way of doing it. So we simply get rid of this flex argument altogether. And in our regular expression pattern itself, we simply add opening parenthesis question mark and I for ignore case. And then we close this. And this is just switches on the flag ignore case. So it will then simply ignore the case, and it would also work. Okay, so then a related question would be how to find all occurrences of a word in a string. So now the point is to find all occurrences, not only one occurrence, but all occurrences. So yeah, in the previous examples, you have seen the re.search pattern string method to find the first match of the pattern in the string. But yeah, what if you want to find all occurrences, not only the first match? And yeah, I mean, you have already seen we can use the find all method. It checks, like for example, find all on the pattern no, in the string no, 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 no. Then it will find all occurrences of the word no. Okay, so this is one way of doing it. But what if you actually don't need to have the substrings itself, because this contains very little information. I mean, you have now, because you are searching only for an exact word, all the matches will look the same. So no matter how many occurrences you have this strange list of equal strings. So, but what if you want to, for example, know the positions of these matches? So you want to have the match objects themselves, and for this purpose you can use the findIter method. So you can use re.findIter, and it works just like the find all function. So we have a pattern like no, and we have a string like no, 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 and yeah, and this gives us an iterator. So the return value is not a list of matching substrings, but it's an iterator of match objects. Okay, so and therefore, because it's an iterator, we can iterate over it by using the for loop, for example. And now, like, each match object simply takes on this variable name match, and in the loop body we can now, for example, print the matching object. Okay, and by doing it, you see, okay, we have matched 5 occurrences of this substring no, and it also gives us the correct indices and the correct positions of the matching substrings. Okay, so then one very interesting question is how to find all lines containing an exact word. Okay, so now we have find all occurrences which contain an exact word. But what if we actually want to have all lines that contain an exact word? And yeah, we can simply do it like, of course, now we need a multi-line string. So let's type in like some multi-line string. We have the answer is 42, for example. The answer 42. Now we have 43 is not. Yeah, something like this. Okay, so we have like 4 lines and 3 lines, and 2 lines contain the word 42 and 1 line doesn't contain the word 42. So what if you want to find all lines that contain the word 42? So in this case, yeah, we can simply use the dot operator. The dot operator, it matches an arbitrary character here. So this matches an arbitrary character, and with the asterisk operator it matches an arbitrary number of arbitrary characters. But the dot character, this you have to know, doesn't match the new line character. So therefore it matches only from the start of a line to the end of the line. Okay, so this is like quite useful. So we want to find all patterns that match the following we want to find all occurrences, so all strings that match the following pattern. So we have like an arbitrary character except new line. Then we have the word 42, which we are searching for. And then we have an arbitrary number of characters. Even 0 characters are possible, except the new line character. So therefore this one would match whole lines, basically, yeah? Because it would match, but it only matches the lines that contain the word 42. It doesn't match anything more. So it doesn't match the new line character, it doesn't match into the new line, for example. It matches only one line. And we want to find all occurrences, so we find all lines who contain the word 42, basically. And now we simply pass our string s as the argument in which we search, hit enter, and now you see that it gives us 2 lines. So the length of the return value of the find all function is 2. So we have 2 lines that match our pattern and that basically contain the word 42. Okay, now in a related question, but which is a bit more complicated, is how to find all lines that do not contain an exact word. So this is like the inverse of this now. So here we have searched for all lines that contain the exact word 42, but what if you want to find all lines that do not contain the word 42, which is in this case this final line we want to find. So yeah, this is more complicated, and I can show you the answer. So now let's make a bit more complicated string. Say we have like this string, we have the answers 42, 42, 42, 43. Here we don't have 42, and here we have 42 again. So we have a few lines, and a few lines contain 42, a few lines don't contain 42. And now we can again use the find iter method. Okay, so we have for match in re.find iter, and here we have then the find iter. Basically it gives so it requires a pattern and a string and also the flags argument, and we need to define all of them. And yeah, then so then we simply print the result of the find iter function. But what do we need to have here? So basically here in the pattern we need to, let's open the pattern here. So there will be some pattern, there will be the string s, and then we have a flags argument. Okay, and let's start with the pattern. The pattern simply starts, so you may know the start of the line and the end of the line meta characters. So those two characters, this first character, this carré operator, it matches only at the start of the line, at the beginning of a line, or of a string actually, per default. And this one, it matches only at the end of the string. Okay, so but they don't match any characters, they only match the positions. This would match only at the end of the line, and this only at the end of the string, and this one only at the beginning of the string. But they match only at the beginning of each string. But actually we want to find each line. So we want to require so we need to specify the multi-line argument, which means that it matches those two characters, it matches them at each beginning and end of the line instead of beginning and end of the string. So this is just a flag that ensures that we match those two characters in each line rather than in the whole string. Okay, so and then we have something in between. Obviously now we have to describe all lines which we want to match basically. So in those lines which we want to match, they are not allowed to contain the word 42. How do we do this? Yeah, basically we have like a group. So we have an arbitrary number, so we like open a group and close the group, and we put something here in the group, and then we have an arbitrary number of those things. And those things, what are they? They are basically characters, okay? So we match an arbitrary number of characters, but we don't match all characters. We match characters only if the look ahead is not 42. So this is like this group, this is the meaning of this group. So this part of the regular expression, it just means at each position where we currently where our regex engine currently matches, it checks whether 42 is coming, basically. So let's go over this by example. For example, here in this line here, it starts with the character t, then it checks, okay, is the word 42 coming? So no, the word 42 is not coming, so therefore it can match one character, which is a t. Okay? And then it moves on. It matches it, and then as we have the asterisk operator, it tries to match as many of those packages as possible. So it has matched the t, then it matches the h, because 42 is not coming. Then it matches the e, empty string, a, n, s, w, e, r, colon, empty space. And at this position, it again tries to match the 42 as a look ahead, but it doesn't consume it. So basically it only tries to match it, and now it sees, okay, 42 is coming. So why is this a problem then? I mean, we want to match all lines that do not contain the word 42, but here we have 42 coming, so therefore it goes back and it aborts the line. Okay, and in this case, in this line, for example, it would see, okay, 42 is not coming, so we can match one character. Then it checks again, 42 is not coming, so we can match the next character. 42 is not coming, so we can match the next character, and so on. Okay, so it would proceed in this way. And yeah, so this is basically the regular expression, and now we have the whole thing. We can print the match, and we get all lines that do not contain the word 42. Okay, so this is a bit advanced technique, but it's very powerful, and it's the only way I found actually to match lines that do not contain an exact character. So I think, so you need to know about the look ahead, you need to know about groups and the asterisk operator and so on. So if you are interested, then check out my regular expression course on the Pfingster blog. Okay, so thanks for listening. So it's free, you can check it out. Yeah, so you can just Google regular expression Pfingster, and then you will find all my tutorials, and it's a in-depth tutorial, 20,000 word tutorial and it will give you everything about regular expressions. Okay, thanks for listening and see you in the next video. Bye.